The movement of the week is ring rows. This is a great pull exercise, so if you're trying to develop some upper body strength, especially up through the back of the shoulders, through the arms, this is going to be great for you. The best thing about this movement is very easy to modify, and you're using your own body weight against yourself. So, very easy to do, very easy to modify to progress up or to scale down. So this is a move that really everybody should have in their programming. So to start off, you need to make sure your rings are at about hip height. So when the day comes that you do want to be as low as possible and make these as hard as possible, you'll still be off the ground with a little bit of clearance and still be able to get a full pull in. A couple of things can go wrong when you're doing these ring rows. One, you'll start to fatigue and you'll start to want to incorporate other parts of the body to make this easier. You'll start to try and kip with your ring row. You'll see some hip extension to make yourself float up towards the rings. This is meant to be a strict movement, so avoid all excess movement like hip thrusting. Also, make sure those elbows do clear your ribs every time. Don't just start to pull with your biceps. This will not help your pull strength very much. So make sure those elbows clear the ribs every time. That good open chest, shoulder blades retracted. If this is your first time doing ring rows, you need to make sure you start at the proper angle so that you get enough load, but it's also not too hard so that you can accumulate a few reps to really see some progress in your pull strength. So you want to start in your finished position, which would be wrist in line with your ribs, and a nice straight line from your elbow all the way through your forearm and up through the band. Once you're in that finished position and your shoulders are nice and retracted or shoulder blades squeezed together, a lot of people like to say squeezing a pencil in between your shoulder blades. Start in that position and then walk your feet slowly forward until you start to feel your lats engage. You'll feel them start to tighten up. That's a good starting point for you. Go ahead and lock your legs out, squeeze your glutes, and keep a nice flat line to the body. Then you will extend through the arms to full extension, and then repeat the process. Pull those elbows back past your ribs, keep a nice open chest, keep those shoulder blades nice and retracted, especially at the finish, and then repeat. Now that you've tried a few reps at that starting point, make sure you're always able to finish in that good retracted position with your shoulder blades. From there, you'll know whether you can go further down underneath the rig for a heavier load, or you might need to step back to make the load a little bit lighter. That's why this is such a great movement and a good, simple exercise. It's very effective because you can change the load so easily. If you want to take this to its furthest extreme, you can do a supine ring row, meaning you can put a box in front of the rings and put your feet on top of it while you ring row. You cannot make a ring row any harder than this at this point. If you need to, you can back all the way up so that you feel your lightest, but make sure your feet don't go past the rings or you won't be pulling any weight at all. You can change the angle of the elbows. You can start to lift the elbows away from the body as you pull and keep them there. Nothing wrong with this, but you will lose lat engagement. So if you're looking to increase your pull-up strength, raising your elbows out will not help this. This will help develop your rear delts and your upper traps a little bit more though. So if you are trying to deal in that specific area, go with a higher elbow pull. But generally, keep those elbows down by your ribs. Again, this is a great movement. Try it out this week, whether it's in the studios or out on the floor. You can also use a TRX strap, which is very common to see out on our workout floors. Either way, it's a great exercise. I'll see y'all next week.